When a retirement runs dry, almost everyone blames the same thing: the stock market. A crash, a bad year, one wrong bet. But the market is rarely the real reason people run out of money after 65. The savers who go broke in retirement are usually not the ones who picked the wrong fund. They are the ones who never saw the quieter drains coming, the ones that pull money out steadily, year after year, while everyone is staring at the market. Here are the real reasons a nest egg disappears, ordered from the slowest leak to the one that can empty everything, and the move that protects you from each. Start with the quietest one of all: the fees you never see. Money does not only leave a retirement through spending. A large amount of it leaks out through costs that never show up as a bill because they are taken quietly from inside the account. A difference of just 1% a year in fees does not sound like much, but across a long retirement, it can quietly cost a saver tens of thousands of dollars. And it gets worse when someone is sold the wrong product. Every year, older people are talked into high-commission annuities and complicated funds they do not fully understand. Some with surrender periods that lock the money up for years and charge a heavy penalty to get it back. The salesperson earns a commission the day it is signed. The retiree pays for it quietly for the next decade. Here is the protection. Ask one simple question about anything you own or are offered. What is the total cost to me every year, in dollars, in writing? If the person cannot answer plainly, that is your answer. And before you move a large sum into any product, get a second opinion from a fee-only advisor who does not earn a commission on the sale. The second drain does not take your dollars. It takes what your dollars can buy. Inflation is invisible from month to month, which is exactly why it is so dangerous over a retirement that can last 30 years. At an average of about 3% a year, prices roughly double in about 24 years. So a pension or a fixed income that felt comfortable at 65 can feel tight at 75 and genuinely hard at 85, even though the number on the check never changed. Social Security has a cost of living adjustment that helps, but many private pensions and fixed annuities do not rise at all. This is the mistake that quietly punishes the most careful savers. They move everything into cash and safe accounts to avoid losing money, and inflation eats it anyway, slowly, from the inside. The protection is balance. Being too aggressive is a risk, but so is being entirely in cash. Keep a portion of your money in things that can grow over time, so your income has a chance to keep pace with the cost of living instead of falling behind it a little more every year. The third drain is the tax bill most people forget is still coming. The money in a traditional 401k or a traditional IRA was never fully yours. You deferred the tax, you did not erase it, and the government intends to collect. Starting at age 73, for most people today, you are forced to take required minimum distributions, whether you need the money or not, and every dollar comes out as taxable income. Miss one or take out too little, and the penalty is 25% of what you should have withdrawn. And there is a specific trap that ambushes married couples. When one spouse dies, the survivor usually has to start filing taxes as a single person the very next year, with narrower tax brackets and a smaller standard deduction. The result is that a widow or widower can owe more tax on less income than the couple did together. It is called the widow's penalty, and it catches people at the worst possible moment. The protection is to plan your withdrawals across the years instead of letting them be forced on you. For some people, that means taking money out or converting a portion to a Roth in the lower income years before 73 to smooth the tax out rather than take it all at once. This is a conversation to have with a tax professional years early, not the April after the letter arrives. The fourth drain is the one people are the most reluctant to say out loud: their own children. Surveys in 2025 found that about half of parents are still financially supporting an adult child, and that working parents put more than twice as much toward their children's lifestyle, on average around $1,600 a month, as they put toward their own retirement savings. Half of parents said they would pull money out of their savings, or even their retirement accounts to help. Helping your children is not wrong, but there is a hard truth underneath it. Money you give away in your 60s is money that has to last you into your 90s, and no one is going to refund your retirement. The most damaging versions are the quiet ones. Co-signing a loan that later falls on you. Draining a retirement account to cover an adult child's debt. paying a grown child's rent for years out of savings that was never big enough for two households. The protection is not to stop loving your family. It is to set a limit you have actually written down, to treat a gift as a gift and never as a loan you are counting on, and to never sign away or empty a retirement account you cannot rebuild. The fifth drain arrives suddenly, and it is getting worse fast. Fraud aimed at older Americans. In 2025, the FBI reported that people over the age of 60 lost more than $7 billion to online crime, a jump of nearly 60% in a single year. The average victim over 60 lost about $38,000, and more than 12,000 of them lost over $100,000 each. And the picture most people carry in their head is out of date. The dangerous scam today is rarely a stranger being aggressive. It is a warm, patient voice. It is a fake investment platform that shows fake profits climbing on a screen until you put in your life savings and cannot get any of it back. It is a caller who sounds exactly like your bank, or a government agent, or a grandchild in trouble late at night. Picture how it usually goes now. A widower in his 70s, living alone, starts messaging online with someone kind and attentive. Weeks go by before money is ever mentioned. Then comes a cannot-miss investment on a real-looking platform where his balance appears to climb a little more every day. He adds more, then borrows to add even more. And the day he finally tries to take his profits out, the account, the platform, and the person have all vanished. He was not foolish. He was worked, slowly and deliberately, by people who do this for a living. The protection is a set of simple rules that do not change no matter how convincing the story is. No real bank or government agency will ever ask to be paid in gift cards or cryptocurrency. Anyone rushing you and telling you to keep it secret is a scammer, full stop. Hang up and call back on a number you looked up yourself, not the one they gave you. And tell one person you trust before you move any money. Slowing down is the whole defense. And the last one is the big one, the drain that can erase everything the other five left behind. Long-term care. This is the single largest financial threat to a retirement, and it is the one most people are the least prepared for. In 2026, a private room in a nursing home runs almost $11,000 a month, which is about $130,000 a year, and a semi-private room is not far behind. Here is the part that shocks families at the worst time. Medicare does not pay for this kind of long-term custodial care, the daily help with bathing, dressing, and eating that most residents actually need. And roughly 70% of people who reach 65 will need some form of long-term care before the end of their lives. This is not a rare misfortune. It is closer to the default. A couple who saved $300,000 over a careful lifetime can watch it vanish in under 3 years once care begins at that price. Picture a couple who did everything right. Both worked, both saved, and they retired at 65 with $300,000 and a paid-off home, quietly proud of what they had built. At 79, the husband has a stroke and needs full-time care. At almost $11,000 a month, the savings is gone in a little over 2 years. And then the spending starts to reach for the house. A lifetime of careful building, undone not by a market crash, but by a cost that no one ever warned them to plan for. The protection has to start while you are still healthy. Look honestly at long-term care insurance, or one of the newer hybrid policies that combine life insurance with a care benefit before you need it. And if you own a home you hope to leave behind, sit down with an elder law attorney years early, because the legal tools that actually protect a home from these costs take about 5 years to set up, and once care is already needed, most of those doors have closed. So the real reason retirees run out of money is almost never the stock market. It is these 6, working quietly in the background while everyone watches the headlines. The market is loud and it recovers. These are silent, and they do not. But the good news is that every single one of them can be softened if you see it coming. Know exactly what your fees are. Keep some growth working against inflation. Plan your taxes before they are forced on you. Set clear limits with the people you love. Guard yourself against fraud with a few rules that never bend. And face the cost of care early, while every option is still on the table. The people who stay comfortable in retirement are rarely the ones who earned the highest returns. They are the ones who quietly closed these 6 drains before they opened. One honest word before I go. I am not a financial advisor, a tax professional, or an attorney, and none of this is advice for your particular situation, because the numbers and the rules change from year to year and from one state to the next. Please treat it as your reason to sit down with a qualified professional and build your own plan while there is still time to make one. The goal is simple, that the money you worked a lifetime to build lasts as long as you do, and reaches the people you meant it for.